All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're tackling one of the biggest, most heated debates out there right now: artificial intelligence in Hollywood. Is it this incredible new tool for artists, or is it basically an existential threat to the entire creative world? Well, the conversation just got very, very real, and it all kicked off because of one new face. So if you stumbled across her on social media, you'd think, okay, she's just another young actress, posting about her dreams of making it big. But Tilly Norwood has sent absolute shockwaves through the film industry, and it's because of who, or maybe more accurately, what she really is. Yup, you heard that right. Tilly Norwood is not a real person. She is a completely synthetic performer, a digital creation from a company called Particle 6. And that quote from her creators, "She'll do anything I say," well, that's the line that set off major alarm bells for human actors everywhere. Okay, so let's really dig into this. See, Tilly's creation wasn't just some tech demo they were showing off. Oh no, it was like throwing a match into a tinderbox. The second she appeared, the reaction from actors, from directors, from the unions, it was fast, it was intense, and it was not positive. The whole thing really exploded when word got out that some major Hollywood talent agents were actually thinking about signing Tilly. I mean, you can just feel the collective frustration. Big names started speaking out almost immediately. Emily Blunt called it scary and urged agents to back off. Cameron Cooper hoped it would just completely backfire. And Sophie Turner's simple, "Wow, no thanks," that pretty much captured the mood for so many artists who felt like their entire profession was suddenly under attack. So what exactly are we talking about here? The term the industry uses is synthetic performer. And look, this isn't just fancy animation or CGI like we're used to. This is an AI model built specifically to replicate human acting. And how do they build it? By training it on massive, massive data sets of images and performances from real human actors. And that right there is the core of the problem for so many people. And that brings us to the first huge argument in this whole debate. This deep, profound fear that AI isn't here to help human creativity, but to replace it altogether. It's an anxiety that's been kind of simmering under the surface for years, and Tilly Norwood just brought it right to a rolling boil. The actors union, SAG-AFTRA, has made their position crystal clear. For them, creativity has to stay human-centered. They are completely opposed to the idea of replacing human performers with synthetics. And this isn't a new fight for them either. Protecting actors from being replaced by AI was one of the absolute core issues during those historic Hollywood strikes back in 2023. Now this slide really frames the new reality for actors in a powerful way. Filmmaker Justine Bateman put it so bluntly. It used to be that if you were an actor, your competition was other actors who were your age and had your look. Simple enough. But now, with AI, you could be competing against a perfect digital recreation of every actor who has ever lived. Think about that. Steve McQueen, a young Marlon Brando, anyone. And this quote from actress Mara Wilson, it just cuts right to the ethical heart of the whole thing. Her argument is that creating a synthetic performer isn't really an act of creation at all. It's an act of appropriation. These AI models are trained on the work of countless real artists, actors, photographers, camera operators, and none of them are credited or compensated. And for a lot of people, that just feels like theft. But as with any big debates, there is another side to this story. A lot of people in the industry, from studio execs all the way to A-list directors, they see AI not as a replacement for artists, but as a revolutionary new tool that could actually make filmmaking more accessible and streamlined. Actor and director Ben Affleck has a really interesting take. He says AI is a craftsman. It's great at imitating things, but it can't truly create. It can't write you Shakespeare because it doesn't have those essential human things, right? Like taste, judgment, or that gut feeling of knowing when a scene is perfect, knowing when to stop. It's a tool, he's basically saying, not the artist. So, where would this tool actually get used? Well, a report from McKinsey kind of breaks it down. They highlight the areas where AI could have the biggest impact. And it's not about replacing the lead actors. It's about automating all that super laborious and expensive stuff in pre-production, like storyboarding, and in post-production, things like de-aging actors or creating complex visual effects. And this number is why all the executives are paying such close attention. We're talking about potential efficiency gains of up to 80 or 90% in really time-consuming areas like VFX. So the argument isn't just about making movies for cheaper. It's about letting filmmakers take those savings and reinvest them into making the movie look even more incredible. And that leads to a really powerful argument for AI, that it could be a democratizing force in filmmaking. I mean, think about it. If you can lower the enormous cost of production and handle some of those big technical hurdles, you could seriously lower the barrier to entry. That means more independent filmmakers, more diverse voices, could actually get their stories told without needing a massive studio budget behind them. So here we are. We've got these two powerful, completely opposing views on the table. Is it a replacement or is it a tool? What does the future of Hollywood actually look like? Well, the answer probably isn't one or the other. It's likely going to be something totally new. One of the big theories out there is that AI-generated content isn't going to just erase traditional filmmaking. Instead, it's probably going to follow a pattern we've seen before, creating its own new category of media that just coexists with everything we already have. And this chart illustrates that idea perfectly. I mean, think about it, right? When YouTube first came out, everyone was worried it was going to kill TV. Then when streaming services popped up, everyone said, well, that's the end of movie theaters. But in both cases, the new thing didn't replace the old one. It just created its own new ecosystem and gave us all more options. A lot of people think AI content is going to do the exact same thing. Plus, let's be realistic, there are some major roadblocks preventing some kind of full AI takeover. First, you've got the law. In the US right now, you can't actually copyright something made purely by AI, which is a massive financial risk for a studio. Then you have those brand new, hard-won union contracts with super strict rules. And finally, you have us, the public. Audiences have already roasted brands like Coca-Cola for what they called soulless AI ads. People notice. So this leaves us with two potential futures that could totally exist side by side. On one hand, you could have what you might call certified organic human-made content, art that people value specifically because of the human effort behind it, kind of like how people collect vinyl records today. And on the other hand, you could have AI-generated content, this wild, customizable, interactive spectacle where maybe you can even insert yourself into the movie, like a futuristic choose-your-own-adventure. And all of this leaves us with one fundamental question. As this tech keeps evolving at a pace that is just dizzying, we all have to decide what it is we truly value in art. Is it the human soul, the struggle, the vision of the artist behind it? Or is it just the final product, the spectacle up on the screen, no matter how it was made? The future of Hollywood, and maybe art itself, could really depend on our answer. Thanks for joining me for this one.